Pat McAfee paying Aaron Rodgers more than $1 million a year makes some sense because Rodgers has been a part of his business. He's made it from what he said from a company that was worth a few $1 million to, according to Pat, is now worth $500 million. If that's accurate, then yeah, he should be spreading that wealth around. The reasons McAfee gave for paying people makes sense. I think the newsworthiness of it is that there's an idea that McAfee is getting all these guests just because they want to come on with McAfee, and I think there is some truth to that because he does have some cachet. He is one of the bigger things in media, sports media right now. But Nick Saban's the one that kind of sticks out for you, right? Aaron Rodgers, there does seem to be a kinship. Nick Saban's not someone who really is someone who's going to really want to express himself. And even if you've watched that first interview that he did, I think after they lost, it was a little bit, did Saban want to be there? So I think overall, he pays these guys and it makes sense. I mean, obviously, if someone is on your show, now, is it journalism? Yeah, it's a little different than journalism to pay people you're interviewing. That's not considered normal journalism. But if you look at the history of this stuff, dating back to, goes probably further back than this, but in New York, Joe Torre, Joe Girardi, Aaron Boone, they all get paid for their spots. When at one point it was with the radio stations, WFAN and ESPN New York. And then recently, Aaron Boone this year was with John Boy and his podcast network. So that's not unusual. When Eli Manning was the Giant quarterback, he was paid $125,000 a year to do a 15-minute spot with either Francesa or at one point with Kay. So this isn't unusual for that to happen. The numbers are a lot. All right. And I've heard exact numbers. I don't have those fully confirmed, so I didn't write the exact numbers. But it's more than $1 million a year. That's a lot. And Aaron Rodgers goes on. He says a lot of stuff. He talks about, will he or won't he play again? Goes into his little retreat, his darkness retreat. And then he announced on the show that he's going to the Jets and then obviously all the COVID stuff. So I understand why McAfee does it, but it's newsworthy because it's a lot of money and it's a center of the sports media universe almost every week.